Hey guys, here is the center of Sofia, Bulgaria, and this is actually where you catch, what's number one is where you catch the tram here. And right across the street is the place where you can get the free tours. It's in front of the Center of Justice here. So if you go along this little street here, you've got some little restaurants and places like this. And then straight ahead over this way, you've got the government buildings there, right up on the right. That's where if you take a right and go about 2 blocks, that's where the president's office is. And down this way, this is the main walking street here. And it's where you have all these little restaurants here. So it's a fairly happening place at night most of the time. During the morning, there's hardly anyone around here. And this is where, tourists like me hang out. There's some homeless people around. There's a lot of locals as well. So it's Saturday afternoon. This kind of gives you an idea of, it seems a bit dead here for the afternoon. I think that's because a lot of people go out of town on the weekend. And it's also August, But it's the name of the street is Vitosha Street. And there's also a mountain straight ahead by the same name here. And I plan on taking a walk up there and taking a bus to get me in the mountain. And if you go further down this way, there's a big city park there where a lot of young people like to hang out. And there's also a theater. Let's see here. So just kind of give you my opinion. I do like Sofia. It seems a little bit bigger than Belgrade. It kind of has the same vibe here, but it's a little bit more spread out. Down south of the city, there's a lot of new buildings, like say office buildings, malls. There's a big shopping mall down there. It's brand new. It's kind of like the buildings that you would find in the U.S. It's very nice. In fact, there's several shopping centers that are very nice. And kind of as compared to Tirana, Tirana is much smaller. It seems like it's a much quieter, what I'm probably going to do when I go back to Tirana. Now, my stuff is in Tirana, so what the plan there is for my moving around is I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of most of my stuff that I have in storage there, because it's a waste of time to store it in Tirana, and I have to keep going back to Tirana, So what I'm going to do is just cut down on that. And that way, have it be where I have, say, one jumbo suitcase. And that's it. And my bicycle. Right now I've got 3, plus the backpack and the bicycle. So there's just some stuff I don't really need inside there. And there's a lot of stuff that it's kind of extraneous, you know, just a waste of space. But if I were to fly with that, it costs a lot of money in a plane, right? Or when I came to Albania, I took a private taxi, right? So that was like 120 euro, you know, from one country to another. So it's just cheaper to cut back and easier to get around, you know, if I go to a different Airbnb or something like that. But here in Sofia, I've only got my backpack, right? So it's much easier for me to, you know, hop on a bus or whatever, lower cost of transport. Go to a plane, you know, I can just carry my stuff with me. So, if you're following along, I went from Montenegro. Well, I actually went from Serbia to Montenegro on a bus. Then I went from Montenegro to Albania with a private cab. And then after that, it was like a couple hours, you know, drive. Easy across the border into Albania. And got done with that. Was there a couple months, you know. Then I went to Spain. And I just stored my stuff there. So Spain, I was there for 3 months, but I only had the backpack with me as well as one other small bag, right? So, and then I went to Morocco, and then I went to England, right? And then I went back to Toronto with my backpack. So, got back to Toronto, spent 2 months there, and a couple weeks ago, I went to North Macedonia with my backpack again. So same thing, I put my stuff in storage there. And I'm doing another trip up north. So I'm here in Bulgaria. And I'm getting a few things done here while I'm waiting. And then I'm going to, more than likely, I'm going to go to Romania next. And like I said in the last video, I'm planning to go up to Scandinavia during the summer, if I can make it up there. So that is the plan. So yeah, the reason I'm going to Scandinavia is because it gets cold fairly fast during the summer, you know, like. The good thing about Albania is that it's like very warm all the way until October, right? It doesn't cool. Well, actually, it's still November through October, all the way into November. And last year it was kind of nice to be there in the fall because I will give Albania a thumbs up for the weather because it was like 60 degrees or something like that, 55, you know, Fahrenheit. But then it started raining. You know, in November, December, like in December time frame. It was kind of dark and rainy there, and that's when I decided to go over to Spain. So, straight across the street here on the left, you've got this big park, kind of like the Central Park of Sofia. And at the bottom of that, you got this big, I don't know if you can see it in the video here, but you got the big art center here. So yeah, I like it. You got a shopping centers. You got, I'm actually doing some shopping at some outdoor stores. You know, camping stores, you got Decathlon. Here you got some malls, you know. So Belgrade, Serbia has Decathlon. Cambodia has it. You know, a lot of foreign countries have it. I think it's based in France. The U.S. does not have it because we have our own, brand of outdoor stores. You got transport. There's a bus over there. The fare is 70 cents. You got a subway. So that's what makes this place a little bit different, is that they have, as somebody told me on Facebook, Bulgaria has a more development than places like Serbia and Montenegro and Albania. So you got a subway here. So you got live music over here. There's a restaurant where they play outdoors at nighttime. And then this place is like a theater. It's huge complex up here. The prices are low. They're not as low as Albania. The food is very cheap, so it's no complaint there. Hostels, hotels. If you want to rent an apartment, it's more expensive, but a hostel, about the same price. Maybe just to give you kind of an idea of, it's like maybe $8 to $10. Over in Skopje is like $8. Albania maybe like $7 a night. So it's low. All right, I'm going to cut the tape and I'll catch you guys later.